This right here is the meninge, and it consists of the dura matter, which is the outside layer, the aracoid matter, which is this hard part right here, and under it is the pio matter. Okay, the corpus callosum will be found right here towards the middle of the brain, and the septum pellucidum will be right under it, this circular. We're gonna split the brain into the different sections. To start off, the frontal lobe is everything from here to here. It's the whole entire front side. The parietal lobe is this section on the side of both brains, and temporal lobe would be under the parietal lobe, and it would be this section over here. And lastly, the occipital lobe is alright, the cerebrum would be the whole entire top part of the brain. Gray matter is the upper layer, while white matter is the bottom layer, all of this. Alright, the dicephalon, the midbrain, the pons are all part of this section right over here, which are all connected and tied together. And the medulla oblongata is the end tips right here. The central solstice would be one of the lines going down, the biggest one going down the brain, stopping at the middle. And when we get to the middle, we're gonna see the lateral solstice, which is somewhere over here, going through the brain. It's better seen on this side, I'm pretty sure. And then the parietal occipital solstice would be in the back. Okay, it's not visible at the moment, but the optic nerve is the communication cable connecting the retina to the brain's visual. Long story short, that basically is what allows your brain to see. The optic chain is an X-shaped neurostructure at the base of the brain. Can't really see it right here. You have to open it up in order to see the shape that it creates. The Wernicke's area is a critical region on the left side of the brain, responsible for language and comprehension and processing. This is basically the part of the brain that allows you to comprehend stuff, read, and process information. And then at the front is the speech center, which is located in the frontal lobe, so right over here. Now we're going to answer some questions which are very common with the brain. To start off, what is the functional difference between the gray matter and the white matter of the brain? Well, to start off, the gray matter doesn't have any myelin. The gray matter is the computer process where the brain actually thinks and makes decisions. The white matter is the cables or wires that send signals between different parts of the brain. The white color comes from the myelin, which is a fatty layer that helps signals move faster. Now, how does the gray matter and white matter compare with that of the spinal cord? For those who don't know what the spinal cord is, just this really long string that goes down your spine, and it's a big factor of why you move. Anyways, and the brain, the gray matter is on the outside, the surface, and the white matter is on the inside. In the spinal cord, it flips. The white matter is on the outside, and the gray matter is on the inside, shaped like a butterfly. It's really cool when you put the spinal cord, or when you get to see the spinal cord. Essentially, the brain is gray out, while the spinal cord is white out. Describe the field texture and appearance of the two meninges layers that you could have seen. What is their function? What was the third missing layer? Alright. The dura matter is the outside layer. It involves silvery white and feels rough and leathery like a thick piece of plastic. Yeah, this really does feel kind of fake. Anyways, the aracoid matter is the middle layer. It looks like a thin, clear film or a spider web. Really cool to see it. Together, these layers protect the brain and host the fluid to act as a shock absorber. Here it is right here. Not really know how this goes. The The third layer, which is the pure matter, is missing because it is a microscopic clear skin shrink wrap directly onto the brain, which can be seen, but trust me, it was there at some point. You can peel the pure matter off because it is attached to every single fold of the brain surface, so it would be like a little glue thing to it. And video.